Good morning guys, welcome back to The Regular Runner. My name's Matt. For some of our existing subscribers, it might seem a little bit strange that I'm actually introducing myself. I don't usually. And the reason for that is because up until very recently, this channel had my name at the top of it. The reason I've changed that is because I noticed that you couldn't actually Google for the channel under The Regular Runner. You had to search for my name, which, yeah, people were asking us what the channel was called when we were out and about, and I'd say, oh, it's called The Regular Runner, and then they couldn't find us. So yeah, I've renamed the channel to, the actual channel title is now The Regular Runner. And the only difference is I'm just going to have to introduce myself on these videos. So as you can see, I'm not exactly dressed for running today. In actual fact, as Billy Ray Cyrus once said, these boots are made for walking. So Becky's not with me today. She's doing some training for work. She works with children, so she's got to do continual professional development. And so I'm here at Parkrun today, and I'm volunteering. I'm doing a couple of roles today, and I thought I would sort of vlog that experience a little bit, maybe demystify what happens when you volunteer, what it's like, what you do, what the experience is like. So for anyone out there who's never volunteered or who's thinking of doing it for the first time in 2025, first of all, you should. It's a really good idea. First of all, it makes sure that the runs can go ahead, but it's also a really good way of making friends. You'll find that at your local park run and the volunteer team, you'll see the same faces volunteering week in, week out. Because there will be a core group of volunteers, and then there'll be other people that sort of drop in and drop out each week, and it's a really good way of getting to know people. We were really lucky when we started doing Heaton Parkrun. One of the first people we ever met just so happened to be one of the regular volunteer coordinators, and it was our second ever parkrun. We got chatting to him before the run because we'd got here early and never looked back. We gradually got to know everybody in the core group of volunteers, and now we are quite often considered to be a part of that group as well. So yeah, so I'm doing 3 roles today. I'm doing event setup, I'm doing funnel managing, I should say. Can't get my words out today. And then I'm doing event close down as well. So we'll take you along for the experience, show you what it's like, and then later on, once Becky finishes her training, we're going to go out and do a bit of a 5k ourselves. And then tomorrow there's supposed to be a inaugural run with the Manchester PB Run Club, which is a brand new run club that one of my followers on Strava has been trying to get going. And they're doing a bit of a run around the park tomorrow. So we're going to do a longish run. I think we're aiming for about 10k tomorrow. I'm on call this week, so I can't go on a trail run. I've got to run around a park so I can get back to the car if I get called out. So we're probably going to come down here, do a couple of k beforehand, meet the guys for the Manchester PB Run Club, do the social run with them. They're expecting to do 7k, and then maybe do a bit of a cool down afterwards, and that'll bring us up to around 10k tomorrow. So remember in the last video where I mentioned about the cross country race, can you see that in the dirt? You can actually see where they ran. I found out afterwards, after I turned the camera off, that it was the regional high schools competition for cross country last week. I do hope to get involved with cross country at some point. Obviously not high school. I'm about 20 years too old for that. But yeah, it's something I do want to get involved with. Part of doing the trail run really is to get used to running on that uneven ground, and then maybe see if I can get some spikes later on in the year and give cross country a go. give cross country a go. I need to put my teeth in this morning. I can't talk. Yeah. Right. Nearly at the start. So we'll go and probably grab some signs and go and stick them out around the course. Right. So my job this morning is doing some signs. So I just had to do a little bit of sign repair. Now I'm going sticking them out. These ones don't go too far from the start area, but there are a bunch of signs that go right around the course. So different people will do different signs. That way it's not all down to one person to carry about 50 signs, 5k around the course. There we go. So most park runs, if you've ever done them, have a bit of a they'll have named milestones, named landmarks around the course, and we use them as volunteers to say where different things are on the course. And part of that is health and safety. Yeah, it's easier to say someone's having a medical episode at the top of Donkey Hill than someone's having a medical episode at the top of the downhill bit at around 3k. If you've got a name for it and everybody knows where those landmarks are, it's just much easier to say where different people are. So a lot of park runs will have named corners, named hills. If there's a cafe somewhere, we'll use them as landmarks, and it's a health and safety thing. And the reason I'm waffling on about this is this gate is interchangeably known as the White Gate, or as the sign says, Jules' Gate. Actually, no, I need to find out. Jules is one of our regular volunteers. Quite often does the volunteering, the photography. I don't know if she also used to marshal on this gate. I have to find out about that. So Jules' Gate is signposted. We have a sign there to show where the runners go. This is the last corner. And then the sign I had to repair is this one. This is an important one. When tokens go missing, if people take them home and things like that, we have to replace them. And that costs money, costs time. Well, the tokens are an ongoing thing every week, and they're not free. So, yeah, when you go to parkrun, even if you don't want your time, if you go through the funnel and get a token, drop it in the tubs, give it back, no questions asked. Not everybody is that interested in getting a time, and if you really don't want to get a time, just don't run through the funnel. You can stop your watch when you get near the finish line and just run past the funnel. It's easy done. It just means that it's easier for us to manage the results, and it's easier for us to prepare for next week, because obviously we need full complement of tokens every week so that people can get their results. So yeah, just remember, guys, if you take your token home, you're affecting all the next week's results, which you can understand a little bit at this time of year. There's a lot of new park runners. We've had the busiest January. We've had the busiest month ever in January at Heaton Park. I think we averaged over 900 people each week for all of the park runs in January, including beating our record on the day when everywhere else was frozen off and we did the 3-lap course that is up on the channel. So I think that's my setup jobs done. I've helped put the gazebo up. Didn't record that because I needed 2 hands. And I've put some signs out. And it sounds like the geese and the swans are having a bit of a fight. Yeah. This is one of the nice things about Heaton Park that I do like. And we do get here early every time we're here. We get to see a nice lake at its most peaceful, which is nice and calming on the morning before you start parking. Right. So I'll shortly don my pink bib for volunteering. I'm going to make a little bit of a mini series. This isn't going to be a regular thing, and I promise you there will be some running later in this video, but I'm going to cover each of the different volunteer roles, at least the ones I know about, at least the ones I know how to do, just to give a bit of insight to what it's like volunteering. As I say, I'm doing 3 different roles today, but in 2 weeks' time I'm actually going to be the run director here. It'll be the second time I've done it, so I'm still learning the ropes, but it's mostly a lot of shepherding people, making sure that they're in the right place and not clogging up the area when there's runners coming past and that kind of thing. Obviously being responsible for safety and things like that. I'll have to carry a walkie-talkie with me and what have you, which is fine. I've done it a few times with the walkie-talkie thing. Right then, I've got my volunteer uniform, got my pink bib, got my coffee because I have that as a benefit. It's just about 9 o'clock, the crowds are all turning up. Everyone's doing their warm-ups at the moment. It's a bit of a chilly one today, so people are turning up at the last minute, which is quite a common thing, especially here at Heaton Park, because the announcements start at 9 o'clock, so people tend to push their luck a little bit. So yeah, the run will be starting in a few minutes, and then I'll talk you through what a funnel manager does, and then I'll see if I can film the first finishers coming through. There we go.
It's run 143 times here and just over 150 park runs altogether, during which time they've improved 26 PBs, and is also regular helper and always offering to help a hand, even when he's running, which is what he's doing today, but he'll be working on the funnel afterwards. Our power runner of the month is Dale Richards. Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, so we'll go after 3, 2, 1, go!
Guys, we're done, keep going, we're done. Well done, guys.
Well done, everyone.
Well done, guys, keep going, keep going.
Well done. So everybody's just running through the first lap. And our job as funnel managers is to cheer everyone on this first lap, and then we'll set the funnel up, and then on the second lap, as people start coming through the funnel, we'll be encouraging them to keep moving right through the funnel and keep up towards the person in front. And also we have to keep an eye out for anyone who ducks out of the funnel, because people do it. They shouldn't. It messes the results up. And if anybody does duck out of the funnel, then we'll keep a track of that space and make sure that the token for that position is taken out so that everyone's results still line up. So they've been going for probably about 7 minutes so far, so maybe a little bit longer than that actually. It's probably about 10 minutes so far they've been running for. So another 6-7 minutes, then the run leaders will start to come through. So we'll need to make sure that we've got the funnel set up and ready in time for them coming through. And then the bulk of the runners should be through probably in around 45 minutes, but we'll stay on the funnel right through until the last person comes through with the tail walkers. Right, I'll see if we can catch the leaders coming through the finish. Sorry if the sound doesn't come through with all the bells in the background. We're going to cheer these runners through. These are probably around about the 37-38 minute pace now. We're going to cheer them through. These are the people that are probably going to be working the hardest when it comes to the end. So we'll cheer them through, and then we'll get the funnel set up ready for the leaders coming through. So we've seen the run leader coming through on the other side of the lake. He's absolutely flying. So first finisher should be coming round this corner any minute now. There he is. There he is, coming through.
When he's finished, we can pack it up and go home.
Yeah, and he's through. Well done, mate. Absolutely flying. So I've finished funnel managing. We're just tidying up now. So you see that we had all of the gazebo up earlier. We're just putting all that stuff away. I didn't film any more of the funnel managing just because I needed two hands to be able to cheer people on. And you've got to concentrate as well to make sure no one ducks out of the funnel. We did have 1 or 2 funnel duckers today, so I've got to keep a track of where they finished, follow that gap down the funnel, and then make sure that that token goes down into the tray. And yeah, you just got to encourage people to keep moving forwards in the funnel, right up close to the person in front, so that they can make room for the people coming in behind them. That's especially important once you get to around sort of 29-30 minutes, when you get a lot of people finishing at once. You really want people to move as far forwards in the funnel as you can, so that other finishers can get in behind them, and we can clock their times. So yeah, we're going to finish tidying up now, and then hopefully we'll be able to get a bit of a run in later with Becky when she finishes her training. I don't know if we'll record that. It depends what we end up doing and what time it ends up being. Obviously it's still February, so it's still getting dark quite early. But tomorrow we'll be back here, hopefully, for a run with the new Manchester PB Run Club. So yeah, we'll definitely try and record that tomorrow for our long run. So yeah, I'll check out for now, and hopefully we'll be back later. Hey guys, so it's Sunday. I've got Becky with me now. Just did her training yesterday, and now we're at Heaton Park doing a run of our own after I volunteered yesterday. After she got home from a training, I fell asleep on the couch for 2 hours, so we didn't get a run in yesterday. So we're going to try and get 14 to 15 k's today, and we're going to have a section in the middle where we're going to meet up with a few guys who are trying to start a new social run group. We'll introduce you to them. So we're just going to try and get about 4k in at the minute. Nice easy pace, nothing too crazy. today's more about time on feet than anything. Yeah, so we'll check in with you at a few points, and then we'll catch up with the guys in about an hour or so, I think it is. How are you feeling?
Not too bad.
Good. So you remember last week Becky was a bit sick and she was a bit wobbly on her feet. She's improved massively since then. Not 100%, but you're a lot better, aren't you?
I am. And I managed a session at the gym.
Yep. She managed a session at the gym on Thursday. I did 2 runs in the week. One was a pyramid session, which I'll stick up on the screen what I did, and the other one was an easy 5k with 6 progressive 30-second strides at the end. Really trying to pick up the pace a bit, trying to get some confidence at those faster paces. So yeah, today is just about time on feet, building that base and getting a little bit of strength in the legs. So we're back on the wagon. Okay guys, we're about 2 miles into this run. Taking it nice and easy, pausing when we can. This is not about getting ourselves stupidly out of breath or anything like that. I've just been, as you'll have just seen, having a bit of a play with my drone, and I did stop to explain to a couple of people who were asking about the drone. They were very interested in it. So yeah, we've done about 3.5k and we're just heading down towards the cafe, which is where PB Run Club Manchester are meeting up. And we're going to introduce ourselves, and then they've got a plan for a 7k run. I've had a look at the group, at the route that posted in the Strava group. It looks like it's going to be mostly a lap of the park, visiting the different gates. So yeah, we'll do the 7k. That'll bring us up to about 11, and then we'll do a couple more k at the end just to round it up to around 14 to 15. Okay, so we've just done 4k and we're at the cafe now, which is where the Run Club guys are supposed to be meeting. But we've just realised we're about 45 minutes early. We were going to do the Run Club in the middle of our run, and I think we might carry on and then come back and do the Run Club run for the last part of our run. So, oops, a bit early. So yeah, we'll go and do a bit more, and then we'll come back, meet the guys, and then go for a run with them.
Yeah.
So I've done just over 5k. I'm just running up Angina Hill at the moment. Becky's just behind me, she's stretching her knee out. She's got a little bit of a niggle at the moment, so she's just taking care on that. As you can tell, I'm not running fast here. It's just all about time on feet, keep putting one foot in front of the other, getting the distance in. There's no heroes today. There we go. It's the top of Angina Hill. Felt a bit strong up there actually. Oh. So I've already completed 5k. Take a moment, give Becky a chance to catch up. Like I say, she's had a bit of a niggle in her knee. She has bought a strap, like a knee support, She's forgotten it today. She's not used to having it, so she did do a session the other day. I think she did 4 times 800, 4 times 200 with the 800s at 5k pace and the 200s at 3k pace, and she had the support on. She said she felt really good. There we go. Made it up the hill.
I did.
So yeah, she did a session with a support on the other day. She said it felt really good, but she's forgotten it today, so I think lesson learnt. You know, you need to remember it.
Definitely learned.
So we'll just take it easy. Like I said, there's no pressure today to run any pace. We'll just get the mileage today. We're doing well. Hi guys, so this is Finn.
Hello.
So
Hi.
he's been starting the PB Run Club Manchester. So do you want to tell him about why you're doing
it's
it?
just a local run club for everyone to come, any pace, it doesn't matter, any fitness type, and it's just to get into running. You know, everyone enjoys it here, and you get to meet people who are the same like you, and just get running and have fun.
Yeah, so it's just a bit of a social thing, nice and chilled. We've just done what
7k, well, it's a 6.5.
a bit short of 7k, so around the park it was a bit of a tough one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
A lot of
was
hills.
a lot of hills, but yeah.
But yeah, check them out. They're on Strava. I'll try and put a link into the Strava group, so check them out if you're in the area. Well, it's Sundays, you're probably
Yeah,
gonna do, isn't it?
Sundays. I think the next one's going to be about 10:30 next
Yeah.
week. So,
Cool. So check them out, and if you're in the area, come and have a run with us. And
perfect.
yeah,
Thanks for coming.
nice one. That concludes the long run for this weekend. Big shout out to Finley for setting up the PB Run Club run today. Today was the first ever run from that run club. Finn wanted to set something up that makes more use of the parks rather than running around towns, which some of the ones in the city centre do. So I've done about 13.5k today, there or thereabouts. Becky ended up dropping out of the PB Run Club run just because her knee's giving her a little bit of jip, and she forgot a knee brace, didn't she? So lesson learned, she'll make sure she remembers a knee brace next time, and hopefully she can cope a little bit better with the distance. But you've still improved on your distance from last week, so that's progress. And she got a session in this week, so all is not lost. Still making progress, still improving week on week, which that's what you want, really. So we're just on the way back to the car now. It's rather chilly. Another quick shout out to Finley as well. He's managed to get these t-shirts made, like PB Run Club t-shirts. There you go. So that's pretty good. Really nice of him to do that. Nearly lost a hat. So yeah, once again, I'll stick a link to the Strava group. If you're in Manchester, if you're in the area, he's going to be trying to arrange runs on Sundays. This week's run was planned to start at 1 o'clock, but he's looking at starting other runs a little bit earlier, just so they can be done for around lunchtime, I think. But yeah, it was good. It wasn't overly difficult. I think the biggest difficulty was the fact that we did it at Heaton Park, and Heaton Park's full of hills, isn't it? But I did put in a couple of stronger efforts on a couple of the hills, so I actually managed to get a couple of PBs on a few Strava segments, which that's a bonus. Yeah. There was no pressure to do that. I just pushed on a little bit to get that. Yeah, so we'll call this video quits for today. Thank you for joining us, and next week I'm hoping to bring a park run point of view. I know I haven't done one for a couple of weeks because we've been doing a few different things, but I'm going to be at Bolton Park Run next weekend. I'm going to give you a point of view of that one. Our first ever park run was at Bolton. We didn't know what we were letting ourselves in for. Cruella de Hill was a bit of a tough one, and I'm going back there after 18 months, is it, since we did that, to see how much better I can do this time. Fingers crossed I don't do myself an injustice on the hill.
Yeah.
Alright guys, thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.